What's going on, guys? Scopomar TV here, back with another video. Today we are going to get very spiritual. We are going to be talking about Marvin Sapp, the pastor that says close them doors and collected a lot of money from his congregation. And then we are going to flip over to another pastor or another church that supposedly gave away $50,000 to a new member. Now, this comes on the heels of this first pastor who locked the doors and collected the money. Personally, I think it's just a PR stunt. But let's visit the first clip. Let's watch this.
I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
What would you do if you're in church? You go there to pray. You went to church to pray to the Lord, and they say to lock them doors. Now, imagine if you only have $1. This man want everybody to give $20, right? Imagine if you only have one. What happens then? Are the ushers going to beat your ass? Are they going to beat you? What would happen then? Matter of fact, what would you do? Would you be able to walk out the door? Drop some comments, man. I want to see what would you do if
we all gonna leave together.
He says close the doors. Now, this caused an uproar over social media. Now we're going to go and play a clip of him explaining himself. I'm going to tell you guys the reason why I do not go to church. It's not because I'm not holy. It's not because I wouldn't pray. I pray to go to my bed, and I pray when it hits me in the morning to, hey, thank God for getting up. But let's go and listen to him explaining himself. Right? Let's check it out.
That is absolutely false.
Yeah.
Number one, that offering was taken last year. This was
the extortion. Don't call it an offering. That to me is an extortion. You said to close the doors. They did not willingly offered it unto you. Willingly mean they would have given it without any questions, without any reinforcement of the door hinges. Yeah, that's an offering. This seems like an extortion.
Service that happened last August. Number two, it didn't happen at my local church. It actually happened at a national organization's international meeting where churches from all over the country, all over the world came together for the purpose of celebrating the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. People took issue with me saying shut the doors. Understand, I never said lock the doors.
Yeah.
I said shut the doors.
Let's go back. Tell me, what do you think about his demeanor here? Because
there's 1,000 of you.
Hold on.
Close them doors.
That man said, I said close them doors. He didn't say close them doors. He says shut the doors. What does it mean? What does it mean? Because to me, that man, like a gangster, say, yo, close them doors. I'm gonna get this money. That's what it seems like to me. That's what it came off like to me.
Shutting doors mean that people still have the ability to go in and out.
Bro, are you serious? You told the ushers to close the doors. Obviously, out of embarrassment, people are not just going to get up and walk out of a door that you, the leader, the speaker with the microphone, says to close. There's going to be a shame there because the one sheep that gets up and gets out of line, you got a microphone to say, hey, where you think you going? You ain't give me your $20. You know they wasn't going to get up. Some might have tried to sneak out, but close them doors. That's in the video. You didn't say shut the doors.
They've taken issue with my tone, and I can honestly say
your hands was up. Yo, close them doors.
Looking at the video, maybe I was a little more assertive.
Gangster. You was a gangster, man. Keep it G, man. You was a gangster.
I should have been. And I can apologize for that. I can apologize for that. But three things I need to make sure that people understood. Number one, the $40,000, if it was $40,000, that is absolutely dollars that was raised, was never given to me. That money was raised for the purpose of taking care of the budget for their conference, not Marvin Sapp. Number two, it didn't happen at my church. It happened in Baltimore. Number three, people take issue with me being firm with the ushers. Anybody?
Because it seems as if the ushers are your henchmen. You give the directions. If you had said, usher, take that donation plate and smack that 65-year-old woman up top of the head and tell her to bring her purse up here right now, more than likely they would have did it. They would have did it because you got the power, man. You are the one they're looking to as a way for you to preach the word to get them to the promised land. You know the power you got, man. You know the power you got. That's why he was able to say, close the doors, and the doors got closed.
Body that goes to church, ushers one-on-one. That's the first thing they teach you as being an usher, is that there are 3 times you don't walk. You don't walk during the altar call. You don't walk during prayer. You don't walk during the offering. One of the reasons being is because of the sacredness of the moment.
What is sacred about the offering? What does God and money have to do with anything? I've never understood this. I remember the last time that I went and I sat in a church many years ago. That pastor made everybody felt so bad because all he kept on talking about was giving money, sowing seeds. And the more seeds you sow, the more you reap. They sell this idea that you give all your earnings to the church and you will reap more. Now tell me, how is it that the people that are given all of their earnings, and I'm talking the old black ladies from in the past until now, why aren't they rich as hell in their retirement? If all the seeds they have donated, all the tithes that they have given unto the church, why are these old black women not rich today? We're going to talk logically here. Why are they not rich? Why are not even, let's not even make it a black and white issue. Why are the people that have donated 10% of their income to churches so that pastors can drive around in Rolls Royces and Benzes and fly in private jets? Why aren't those people rich? Because they have sowed so much seeds. That's what I want to know.
Moment. But it's also about security. As a pastor, we understand and we know that churches are being robbed at gunpoint. It's happening all over the country. This is not something I'm making up. This is factual. So if you got
you can't try to play the victim here. You can't play victim when you had thousands of victims that you closed the doors on to take the money. Those are the victims.
5,000 people in the room, dollars that was raised was never. You want the doors closed. You don't want the doors locked. I couldn't get them locked anyway. It's a convention center. But the doors needed to be closed, and there was a lot of pandemonium and stuff that was going on out there. But I wanted to share that first. But that ain't even the reason why I'm here.
You know what? We're going to stop it there because he still have not explained the difference between shut the doors and let's go back. Let's go back.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors.
God damn. Oh, gee. That's what I'm talking about. Get your money, man. Get your money. Guess what?
Ushers.
You ain't gonna get no money from me,
Ushers.
but get your money, man. Get your money. Now, let's go over to this video, which I think is just a PR stunt because of the backlash that this previous pastor, Marvin Sapp, got. So now this church is trying to make it seem like they're a giving church and not on the receiving end. Coincidentally, Marvin Sapp collected $40,000. Now here comes this church giving $50,000. Giving $50,000. Let's check it out.
Well, you came from West Coast Canada. You drove from Canada? Oh my, oh my. What? How many? With the baby? Oh my.
It says they sold everything to join the 2819 church. So you're telling me all churches are the same. Everybody who prays to the God Almighty is going to heaven. I'm pretty sure there are other churches close by in the vicinity of these people that claim that they have sold everything in order to drive to this pastor's church to be in the church. What VIP ticket does he guarantee into heaven for you to sell everything to go there? That's what I don't understand. If all churches are equal, right?
He drove from West Coast Canada with a baby?
Remember, they could put anybody in the audience, anyone in the audience, to play this role. Allegedly, I'm just saying. It may be true, may not be true, but I just think it's kind of like when people felt that this, Mr. Close the Doors is giving a bad PR image to the black church. Here comes the black church trying to revive itself.
Yo, my man, come here. Yo, come on, come here. 7 days? 7 days? You drove 7 days to get here.
Yes, sir.
What?
We emailed y'all.
You moved here?
To come to church.
To come to this? You moved here to join this church?
We sold everything. We moved here.
You sold everything?
Yeah.
You're telling me that you uplifted your life, ruined your kids' friendships with their friends, quit your job to go and join a church. It sounds to me like a cult. That sounds very cult-like, if you ask me. Churches are supposed to be churches, not cult. You're supposed to be able to get into heaven from any good church. Didn't have to do all that if that was true, that getting into heaven was easy. But this seems like certain places have the special sauce, I guess.
You sold everything to come here. You moved from Canada to come here.
2 girls and 2
with
dogs.
2 girls
And 2 dogs.
and 2 dogs. You sold everything.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Holden.
Holden.
Holden. Shelby.
Shelby and Holden.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to stay when this is over. We're going to give out 2 checks today. $50,000 for you. Yes. No, yes. 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 No, yes. No, no, no. Yes.
Pause. Now let me say something. They sold everything to come to the church. Let's say they sold a nice big house. Let's say that. Let's say that they had something to sell. So let's say they sold a house. The equity was double, triple the house. They sold it and they moved. They moved to the neighborhood which this church is in. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some old lady in this church that needed that 50 grand that probably is falling short on her mortgage. Why would you be willingly giving away 50 grand to somebody that is able to sell and move? If selling and moving was an easy task, there wouldn't be nobody living in the hood, man. They would be able to sell and move. They could be able to afford to move. You have people in your congregation that could use that money. Give a grand away to 25 people. You could save many lives. But you're giving away 50 grand because of the PR. The PR. The PR. It makes you look good. It makes people talk about you. Hell, we're talking about you. It makes you look better than this guy. It makes you look better than this guy.
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors.
Yo, listen, you know what? I'm not even going to get into no comments today, man. But I will say this. If they did move and they needed the 50 grand, God bless them. All the best for them. And I wish nothing but success on all these churches in their future endeavors. But what I'm saying is this. Give what you can to the church, but don't be bullied into giving what you cannot afford. And that's all I'm going to say. Until next time, guys. Scope TV. I'm out.